Time to get back up on the road for Pacific Drive. I see that. I see rains here. I think it's rain. I see only one person, but I can't trust YouTube with their viewer listings. Never could. But the Hare is everything. Hare is good. Hare is wise. Figure I'm just gonna get right on into it. Oh yeah, I was thinking more about the week of streaming that I want to do. The Plucky Squire is coming out next week. That might be on the docket. Actually, I'm thinking about moving Pacific Drive from where it is on the calendar right now and put that at Saturday. So we can end the game on the 1st of autumn. And then the rest, that day could be Plucky Squire release day. Focus the game again. Pen Driver Pro, that's the right thing? Yeah, it is. That's what it comes up. On my Protected, it comes up Pen Driver Pro. That's an entirely different game. I went a little bit too far in a few places with gathering energy. I think I have a surplus of unstable. Also, I couldn't figure out that glitch, so I upgraded my Tinker Station to allow me to do more diagnostics. Like, I found out the dome light was just randomly opening a door, and for some weird reason, this door was getting caught on something and flying off. So it had nothing to do with a door falling off at all. Also, I noticed that crack. Lost track of time and it tabbed in. Ardo, start again. Damn it, Otto! You had one job! Can never trust auto start. Don't trust machines to handle your schedule for you. It never works out. So, I got 41 unstable energy. I think it's time to get the advanced workbench so I can make better stuff. Gimme. Say goodbye to this workbench. It is gone now. Oh, we're doing this again, huh? I'm stuck on run. Or I'm not close enough. Can do that. Let me see. I want to try one thing. It's not the controller. It's not that controller anyway. I didn't have this issue earlier. I should just disconnect this controller. Nothing but problems. Oh, I was clicking on the wrong spot. It was... Sorry, controller. I was blaming it. I was the stupid here, not the controller. I got that thing now. Now I can make advanced things. First up, better engine. It's about time. I totally could have used a better gas engine, but since I got all the parts for the amp engine, I might as well. It's an electric engine. The upside which I'll never need gas again. The downside is it's also my power juice. My battery juice. That I use for all of my other abilities, like my shield and my resource radar. I'm just gonna keep that engine somewhere. Be awful to just throw it out. I mean, look at it. Look at it. I'll put it in this one. I had to open up all the other expanded lockers so I had room for all the stuff I was gathering. I would love to get this. This is what I grabbed, the investigator module. I'll show you what that does shortly. Is there a way to convert lightning damage to juice for the engine? I know you could convert lightning bolts from thunderstorms using the lightning rod. Capture electrical energy from lightning strikes, specifically lightning strikes. So, no. Granted, there are other ways to mitigate it, like the anchor energy converter here. But I need corrupted energy for that. For now, I am going to research a bigger battery. One high-capacity battery, and we're pretty good. It'll do pretty good. I want the improved antenna. Because I'm going to be unlocking other antenna-related things. So it's about time we give that antenna a little bit of a tune-up. Yeah, it's a shame. What would be great is a electric to gas generator. So if you're running an electric car and you find like random gas or a gas truck on the road, you could just fill that up and turn that into electrical energy. That would be great. Granted, I think that would make the amp engine rather broken, because it's pretty efficient in its own right. And then you're going to do that on top of it. The trade-off is that I don't need gas anymore. This is a junction restabilizer. It does what you might think it does. It'll allow you to modify a junction. You can scramble it. It's basically a junction re-roller, which is why I needed the antenna upgrade, because it uses an antenna charge. And I can't get that until we get corrupted energy. And I need limb magnets for this, as it is the third area. I don't need the pump. What else do we got here? Like, I got the plasma plapper. I think that was last time. Thermal vacuum will be valuable. I forgot to read the tooltip for the thermal vacuum. Considerably more powerful iteration of the hand vac. Applies highly focused energy to produce an even more empathic and efficient result, while also casting light into the dirtiest, darkest corners. Keep away from face. I would like the magnet hammer, but I also need corrupted for that. I researched flashlight, but I'm going to research bioflare. It's a better flare, but there's even something better than that. Bio-lantern! That's got to be our new light source. And I would like Olympium, but you could finish the game with like level 2 parts. Oh yeah, all-terrain tires, definitely. Gimme. So I'm not even halfway through the amount of resources I need. I could get rid of. Oh, a trunk in the trunk. Once again, I didn't look at the thing. Who wants me to take it? To add insult to injury, 250 years after winning their independence, Americans nationwide are enjoying bigger trunks than ever before. The trunk of one American car could easily fit 6 British vehicles. Yo, bruh, I put a trunk in your trunk so you could store while you store. It's literal. That's the biggest your trunk could ever get. Oh, wait, no, there's one more. There's one more upgrade. A true triumph of trunk technology, the back of this automobile can now comfortably contain an entire British town, all of its occupants, and their accents. What is it with the British? Roof storage? That'll be useful. I'm almost done my researching. I got the jump jets, right? Yeah, I need the jump jets. I can't get into any of these until I find a hot dust somewhere on the road. Pretty sure I've seen one, I just haven't done anything with them. That's a leak-resistant version of this battery. And this is a roof battery, which seems like a bad idea. Because it rains. And I would love the Anchor energy converter. So... you can go. Your service is no longer needed, sir. How dare you still have stuff in you? Where can I put this thing? Here. I got hammers. Oh, I forgot to clean this out. Any fun stickers in here? Can I pet your dog? Great outdoors. Can I pet your dog? Idiot sticker. Swag wagon. Steering wheels, I'm really not going to change from the steering wheel I have, really. The golden dumpster. Dragon's Tooth Ocarina. Hi, Zelda. He's seeing you and like... when is that Zelda game coming out, Rain? Do you know? The Zelda? Because I forgot if it's either next month or later this month. With all those in there. I was kind of hoping I found one bobblehead that I liked. But apparently I didn't find it yet. It's random. There's a lot of decorations. There's a way to farm them later. Speaking of which, I should equip some more fun stuff here in the garage. I got enough stable energy for it. Fax machine. Oh, I need circuit board. A fax machine. Frequency analyzer and extractor machine. It shouldn't be receiving anything. Is it even hooked up to the phone lines? Plop that down there. That's exactly what it said on the research. Oh, look, I got a call already. You wouldn't download a car? Cancel download. Trace that IP address. I want to find out where they are. How dare they tell me what to do? How about an athletic stimulation station? Also known as a hoop. It's such a generally sized target. How difficult could it be to score a few points? Let's find out. Oh, I'm bad at this. Maybe we should shut the door. Ah! How hard can it possibly be, the game says? This is not Squirrel with a gun. That thing has a hoop magnet. There's no hoop magnet in this game. Didn't somebody 3D print most of the car's parts in the recent years? So yes, they could in fact download a car. Take that, fax machine. I gotta make at least 1 point. I know how basketball works. There's at least 1 point Back here. No, get in! Good granny shot. Blackbirds can't jump. Bring back basketball movies. You know that, like, Air Bud and White Guys Can't Jump? What happened to all our basketball movies? Space Jam? I know the last one was garbage, but what else are the Looney Tunes going to do with their time? In! Yes! Yes! I did it! Disney stopped making 99% of them? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, they were the source of all the basketball movies. Smart matter deconstructor. Now we can hurl things into it. Once again, I have to click on the icon and not the machine itself. Now when I have bad parts, I could shoot it into this hoop. That's a recent update. That's from the Dumpsters, Drive-Ins, and Dives update. Oh, I need a limb chip for this? But I watched a fish tank! I gotta research this so I could get the repair station. You know all that garbage I gotta do in between runs? If I get the repair station, it'll do all that garbage for me. It'll just auto-fix the car. I just don't think it handles, like, cracks, flats, unaligned tires, stuff like that. Acid raincoat. I got some tree candy. I'll be showing folks how to get that today. I'll get the personal airbag. So I am, like, fully impact resistant. And I got a little bit of acid resist, which is great, because the second zone loves its acid. Here's our map. We're going here. And we could re-roll. No, bad. Wrong. That has no second chances on it. It means you die in that zone, it doesn't drop your loot. It's better. I don't like corrosive waterways, but with an electric car, I'm not going to be dipping into water anyway. Now for this. I have two diagnostics, two quirks I didn't diagnose. If I hold V and use some stable energy, it tells me, depending on the category I'm on, what actually has a problem. So battery is low. Then one of these things... Oh, it's all dashboard. It's all dashboard. So if you're willing to spend the energy, it'll give you a really big hint on what is wrong with the car. So I'm going to say the speedometer fails. Wrong. Switches on faster then. And when I get a good diagnosis, it resets all the energy back to 0.5. So I'm going to say car... I'll just research it. Car moves downhill, dashboard, speedometer fails. And the level 3 version of this is just... It'll tell you straight out what's wrong with the car. But neither of these are really a problem. I'll just leave them. No big. Charged, we're fixed, we're ready. Let's go hunt some conspiracies on our new electric car. Maybe I should have built more wind turbines, but it'll be fine. Especially if it's going to be rainy where I'm going. That'll offset it a little bit. It could be a limited energy if you let it. I'm gonna go to highway. The next upgrade for the junction thing, I believe lets me skip going into these little highway sections. You won't need to do these anymore. Let's see if there's any strange channels on. Excuse me. I'll leave that for right now. The electric engine is a lot faster. I could have always did the turbo light engine that requires thermostat crystals and uses gas, but as you could probably tell, it drains your gas a lot faster. And the ultimate engine really drains your gas. You'll be out to being dedicated to getting gas. 10 seconds on the road and you're already dented your front bumper. Apparently I'm having a problem with my battery. Case in point. Really? This is why I should have changed out this battery. It turned into a Samsung phone. We'll be fine. All I have is a ticking time bomb in my backseat. In my electric car. That causes electrical damage from time to time. It's fine. As you can see, my battery's not moving an inch. So, I got free gas. As long as it's raining and windy, I got free gas. That's kind of why I like the electric car. It's fairly fast. It's not the fastest engine you could get, it's the second fastest, but the upsides take away from the downsides. As much as I would like to be here because there's unlimited energy going on, I'm gonna leave. Should I grab? I should... you know, general rules apply. If we got an anchor in the way, I'll go pick it up. We're in the bunny zone. I wonder if my favorite bunny... Oh, you know what? Speaking of hot dust, here we go. The spawning stuff does not count. You need to use the... find the stuff that already exists. It's just a giant... It's just a giant radiation patch. So that allows me to do the ion shield, which I'm not going to use because ion shield only protects you against radiation. Thanks for messing up my radio. Oh, we heard that when the stream started. I was hoping to find like one of those mystery channels, but it looks like it's not feeling it right now. I wanted to hear more about that D&D that game those guys were playing last time. How do they feel about the changes to Smite in D&D 2024? I heard some good things for wild magic. I actually don't need my homebrew anymore. Because my homebrew's entire goal was to keep you from fireballing yourself and to allow you to activate wild magic surges more often. The 2024 one already does that. And arguably, I think they do it a little bit better. Like, you can still get the fireball, but you could throw it at people. It's like a free fireball. I haven't heard about that yet, and I'm concerned because 99% of what Paladin wanted to do with your spell slots is smite. I think that's kind of the point. I think that was kind of the point. They wanted Paladins to do more with their spell slots than just smite all the time. But really all they did was you could only do one smite a turn, and... the hell was that? Thanks. That's... thanks? That was just spam out of nowhere. I just got spammed. Where are you going? Why are you running? It's just a left-right. Calm down. I think it's just that they changed smite into an action, or they did something with smite action-based that Paladin enthusiasts are not happy about. Oh boy, bunnies! I see them. There they is. I just realized my resource thing is not on. Joke's on you, I got a shield. This is one malfunctioning road today. Now where are we going? Oh, right. This road is lousy with left-rights. I thought it was supposed to be a bunny zone, but we only saw that one bunny. You know, one thing I forgot to add to this car? A plasma charger. I think that's one thing I forgot to research back at the base. Zone 2! Now to think of it, I gotta check my jumper cable situation, just in case. Okay, I got 3 of them. I'm good. Especially if I can find some ARDA investigators out on the road. That should give me enough materials to make more if I need them. And it's raining, so I don't need to worry. So it's a wetland situation out here. What would this be? This is a new kind of area. It's got plasma. Thank you. I really need to, when we get to the 3rd zone, I need to invest in limb magnets. Steel plates into electronics. Flashlights are really handy. Ah, dumpster pearl. It is burned out. I forgot about that part. Dumpster pearls can have a condition on them. And sometimes you could change their condition. Like, if you have a wet one, you could throw it into some electricity and you could get a charged one, which drops a lot of plasma. Smite got changed to a bonus action as perma-prepared for the class. And earlier version got a free cast per long rest, but they removed that. Okay, that's what they're angry about. They have to blow an action and a spell slot on it now. So I would like to grab some energy just for the teleportation. I'm also looking for thermosap crystals, swamp grottos, salamander nests. Why are these things going off? Hold up a second. There's something weird going on here that I want to check out some more. The kicker is that they have to blow a spell slot and a bonus action. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but... Paladins were kind of insane because of that. What happened over there? What was that? Dumpy? Dumpy, what are you doing out here? I am here to spit chemicals at you. Ow! That's a charged one. That has plasma in it. That's pretty good for me, since I'm using electrical car. I forgot to put the storage on there. So I'm not going to be able to carry much when I find things, but that's what the farming is for. Ow! I need rubber gloves. I need rubbly gloves. When you're out in the Pacific Northwest, remember to wear your safety gogglies and your rubbly gloves. Or you will get electrocuted by a dumpster pearl. Okay, let's try this again. I want to trip all of these yellows. Like that. Let's see what this does for us. Okay. Oh, we're still going. We're still going. I don't know what's happening. This doesn't seem like it's part of the story at all. Any more? We got more. We're gonna hit 88 miles per hour. We're gonna go back in time, Marty. I mean, Marty. Tuber boost me, daddy. Whee! What was that about? Because that was kind of fun. At least I got to give my new engine a test ride. You're just like... Ah! Well... Oh, it's in the water, too. Oh. Oh, this is a problem. If your car ever gets flipped, you could reflip it. It takes some battery to do so. And it landed in acid water. Any tires in bad shape? That's like the most important part here. No. Yeah, I got a little bit of blowtorch. Oh, by the way, this armored panel is peculiar, which means it has a lot of durability, and you can't fix it. It just looks cool. Oh, this is terrible. Repair putty. What else is in bad shape here? Bumper. I'm gonna need to get a lot of sealing. when I get back to the base. For all these cracks I got in the doors. I'm gonna have to replace that battery. Yeah, I don't like the acid water either, but we don't really have much of an option here. Plus, being in water with an electric battery means it drains my battery fast. Okay, here's one of the things I was looking for. There's only one of them. They usually come in clusters. And this is gonna burn me. Swamp coral. You have to have a light shining on them, and then you can harvest them with a vacuum cleaner. That's useful for a lot of electric stuff from this zone. Okay, is there a way around this water? Yes. There is a way around this water. I got off-road tires on each part of my car. This shouldn't be a problem. But it is. Apparently. Get up there. All-terrain tires are just off-roads, but better. If I keep going this way, I should be able to get around this lake. Don't pickpocket me. Can I go through the fence? Yeah. This is a new anomaly. The cough box. Sorry, Mrs. Baker, your son is just a glob of goo now. It isn't an entirely meaningless death, though scientists probably got some great data out of it. I saw him dissolve right in front of my eyes, but a lot of his clothing is still okay. Here's his superhero shorts. Goody. Don't walk into that. That is a big cloud of acid. We saw what a salamander nest looks like. That's where we could get marsh eggs. That's used for blowtorch juice. I have a feeling that this anchor is sitting right in the middle of a corrosive lake. And I don't like that. Yeah, it is. Goody. Anyone ever watch Dante's Peak? Back in the 90s? When they were on their disaster movie kick? There's a scene in there where Mount St. Helens turns the lake into acid, and an old lady jumps in there and burns her legs to death. That's pretty much what that's like. We're leaving. Because we had mishap after mishap in this zone. And I would like to stop having mishaps. Cough boxes are everywhere. That just turned on by itself. Alright, a little bit of water won't kill us. It'll just drain my battery really bad. I got jumper cables, we're fine. That's the one thing with an electric car is when you gotta get out of it, turn the headlights off. Turn your pecking headlights off when you're not in your car. Oh good, Narda. Be something good. Headlight, flare, tire. I think that's a dumpster pearl before. Whenever that battery goes off, it It upsets me. I mean, I could just pluck it out and run on the 50. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Dump your batteries in the ocean, kids! Where's that water at? There's water over here somewhere. I'm gonna throw it in the acid lake. Ah, here we go. Here's some acid. Farewell! Explode on your own time. I'm tired of cleaning up after you. It's not going to matter to the environment, because the environment is about to get reset. It's consequence-free. Guys, Tobias, Francis, I had a terrible day. Just getting here, I had a terrible day. I hope it's raining. It's not.
Are you ready, driver? Okay, first off, I've loaded up 3 locations on your ARC device map. You see them?
Oh, that thing's new.
Whichever strikes your fancy.
You're sending them to the Visions?
Sure am. We're gonna use this.
My optical basilizer.
What the hell's that?
We shouldn't use that.
Why not?
I mean, it's been decades. No way that thing is in any sort of working shape.
I've been fixing her up in secret, and I'm sorry. Don't be mad. It's gonna be a surprise for your birthday.
Happy birthday! I fixed your thing.
I've gone ahead and made an itty-bitty modification to your headset, driver. I've hooked up the basilizer here to modulate your scan function. Think of it like an extra layer of mayonnaise on your technology sandwich.
What are you using the basilizer for?
No spoilers. We have to tell the story from the beginning. Driver, get ready to feast your eyes on the Visions.
And also, this entry is from Francis. This is an airstrip. Gravity shuts off for a little while. The painter.
So we told you about the mass hallucination. Hundreds of people, 30 seconds of crazy, yada yada. But there was one instance
Where that event and the remnants intersected. The story of Laura Cesari. Laura worked at ARMORED as an executive secretary. She put in her hours, but she spent her evenings with a real passion. Painting. When the hallucination event swept through, Laura was overtaken like everyone else. But for her, the visions didn't stop. She tried painting them, but grew frustrated at her inability to recreate what she saw. Now at first, ARMORED wrote her off as one of the many whose brains got scrambled by what they saw. Until
Laura stumbled across a rusty can of paint in the woods. It was a remnant. Once she started using this paint, the visions in her paintings began to come true. She painted feverishly for over a year, chasing the visions the entire time. Until the day the paint ran empty.
And then she disappeared. Like all remnant holders do.
Now that we know the remnants and the mass hallucination are related, maybe Laura's visions can help us out.
Speaking of which, we just found one. Oh, and it's the best one already. Look at that fellow. He looks like a Mario character. The hell was that? Bigfoot!
The Bigfoot mural! My personal favorite.
Of course it would be, Francis. Of course it would be.
Hey, is it just me, or did this mural look different before?
Probably the instability messing with the paint over time. It's been decades after all.
No, something's definitely off. Hey, where's our old notes from when we took a field trip out that way?
There's
John,
vines.
why don't you go ahead to the next one while we investigate this?
Okay. What is that thing doing over there?
Driver, if you come across a mushroom like the one in the mural, do not eat it. No, no matter how tasty it might look.
You're speaking from personal experience. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty.
Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to puke all over again. You've probably passed the biogenerators by now. They're our source of power in the mid-zone, and one of the best demonstrations of renewable limb tech. Yes, these battery farms keep our lights on, but more importantly,
They're also the only place in the entire zone where anomalized mushrooms grow.
And guess who turned out to be the world's biggest fan of those mushrooms?
Jane Fonda?
Itself. And the vision foretold its arrival in the zone.
it started when those pods hanging from the battery farms were found chewed up. At first, they blamed it on the
Bigfoot
local
is real.
wildlife. This was back when we used to have some. Then, the sightings of 10-foot-tall creatures started that didn't attract much attention on their own.
Not until the first footprints were found. The Olympic Peninsula has always had a collection of Bigfoot sightings, but they were rare until Bigfoot had its first taste of the anomalized mushrooms. Then it couldn't stay away. And that's when
He's
the
addicted to
SWAT came
shrooms.
knocking. They jumped the walls, set up camp, and they got to investigating. Once they learned of the Sasquatch's appetite for these mushrooms, they cultivated entire farms of the stuff.
For months, they propagated mushrooms and set traps.
And for months, evidence mounted that Sasquatch was making its rounds and evading those traps. Until one night, the experts disappeared.
Bigfoot got them, no question.
Come on, all 8 at once? How is that possible?
Never get in the way of a hungry Sasquatch. This is where your theory comes in, Francis. You tell him. Oh, look at me babbling away. Francis, you explain it. It's so good.
The voice actor has had fun with this
Rather
game.
not.
You could tell.
Mom, we talked about this. You should be proud of your work. Toot your own horn.
Not this time.
Shaggy Shambler again?
Well, Francis's theory, his entire branch of research was that the zone exhibits a property seen nowhere else on Earth. Every phenomenon that occurs here leaves its fingerprint forever on the physical space. So he created this device to pick up on these some physical after effects. How did you explain it? It was like identifying a whale's favorite color using
Only the wake it leaves behind. The rest was science mumbo-jumbo.
It's a form of electromagnetic imprint. Anyway, it was a long time ago.
And what a better time than now to try it again.
So we're gonna find out whether a whale likes to eat? Look, I'm not made out of science. I only caught like half of that. Vacuum. I don't know if I want to go messing with that. Battery's on a little bit of a premium right now. I mean, I got 2 more charges left of it. Hopefully that's enough to make it through the rest of the zone. Of course, I could walk to this next one and just leave this car here. But what fun is that? They never explain these funky things that are hanging off of this bridge. Up. We ran out of juice a little bit. It's because I left the lights on while they were talking. There we go. Can I make more of those? I need 9-volt batteries. Which I probably could have found in those science buildings. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. I don't know why a shaggy shambler messes with electronics when it's near you. It didn't really mention that in its series of effects. Usually all it does is just crawl towards you and then explodes if you touch it. You know what? We'll just park it here. We'll just park it there. Mural number 2. The Great Pile-Up.
You know, if you catch the mural at the right angle, when the moon is right overhead, you can spot the helmsman's body in one of the boats.
No chance. It's a paint smudge. Nothing more.
Believe me, it's true. I've seen it.
Is it gonna get funky?
Oh, did you see that, Francis? Oh boy, Francis, look!
Mount Fuji?
It's different from our sketch when we visited in '82.
It's all scrambled, but the shape seems familiar. If you tilt your head, doesn't that kind of look like Mount Olympus?
Oh, Francis, you flippin' genius! It absolutely is! Wait, let's look back at the first one. What's different there?
That shape right there, is that Hook Valley?
Holy smokes! Oh, wait, pull up all the topographical maps of the peninsula. If we look around the areas where you'd get that view of Mount Olympus... See, Francis? I told you your basilizer would work!
I don't think this is the basilizer's doing.
Driver, we're on to something. Get to that third vision.
Rain said, let's not get the Greeks involved. Well, there actually is a Mount Olympus in Washington. They're not incorrect. The helmsman.
No, I'm telling you, the helmsman never made it out of the zone. He died here.
Not this again. I still don't know why you're so convinced he existed in the first place.
Driver, back me up here. This is how the story goes. It was the winter...
How can I back you up? I just heard about this story.
Set sail down the Columbia River 100 miles east of here. The helmsman was overcome by bad weather, and while in a particularly foggy patch, the boat hit something, and the impact threw him from the deck. When he woke up, he was on a boat on this very lake, smack in the middle of the zone, with no idea how he got there. He had with him a ridiculous amount of cash and paid anyone and everyone to get him out of the zone. But no matter how he tried to leave, on foot, in a transport, he would always head into a fog and reemerge on another boat. At last count, the Great Pile-Up was 20 boats high and 30 boats wide.
A limb duplication glitch, nothing more.
And you, of all people, blaming limb tech instead of a good old-fashioned mystery?
It doesn't add up. Artist's favorite pastime was carting people out of the zone.
How could someone actually fail to escape?
And a mysterious man with a backpack full of cash.
And the one place he can't spend it. Seems awfully fishy to me.
Well, you know what?
About that last vision.
Billionaires. Yeah, I'm working on it. I want to see if I can get some 9-volt batteries.
I can't. Yeah, I can't even look at it. Francis, you explain it.
Maybe you've already seen them, driver. A freestanding bright blue door in its frame, out in the wilderness with nothing around it. If you do see one, don't get anywhere close to it.
Is it an SCP?
I don't want to talk about it.
He was pretty close to a doorway when it opened. It's called the inverting doorway. When the door is shut, it's safe. But once in a while, it opens, and everything near it is turned inside out. Its victims are mostly bears, squirrels, and birds. They all go through hell. Meat and bones on the outside, fur and feathers on the inside.
Okay, I'm staying away from this door.
Fun to see. Once, a group of hikers didn't heed the warning, and
No, we're done here, driver. If you see one, you stay away from it. That's all you need to know. Let's go.
I didn't even get to the mural yet. That really has them freaked out. So a legitimate SCP, you say? Wait. If you're near it and it turns you inside out, how do they know that it turns you inside out? not a pleasant mental image. No, it ain't. And between all of these three things that we're going to see, only Bigfoot is actually in the game. He's extremely rare. I've seen some videos of him. Just like real life, there's videos of Bigfoot sightings in this game. And he usually likes to hang around in the daytime and in heavy fog areas. And mostly it's the outer zone. So like the forest area-ness. But you can see him. You can scan him. It's possible. It's just really, really hard. I've been trying to find Bigfoot on my downtime, and it's not working out. I've become a Bigfoot hunter in Pacific Drive. Thank goodness I have one more charge of electricity left. I'm wondering, do these lights have 9-volt batteries in them if I plap them with my scrapper? I'm hoping that they do, because then I can make another backup charge out of it. I don't see any. I think it's mostly radios and telephones and such like that got 9 volts in them. Yeah, that was copper wire. Oh boy, the door!
The inverting doorway.
No, I don't like this one.
That's all you gotta say about it?
Oh, bingo!
See that pattern in the last mural? That flower only grows above a certain elevation. Put the 3 locations together, and you've got a square mile in the northeast corner of the deep zone. Huh. The visions were pointing towards something the entire time.
Hey, Oppie, you can stop pretending to ignore us now. Take a look at this fine work. We've pinned down the location for the source of the mass hallucination. That's where the driver needs to go.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I knew the basilizer worked. What did I tell you, huh?
He still doesn't know, Francis.
Know what? Oppie?
Not my story to share.
Oh right, there was a story beat that I kinda missed. Because I went out farming and I didn't realize they weren't done a door jump.
And that basilizer, they're illegitimate.
Wait, what are you saying?
I built that device to prove my imprint theory, and it was on the verge of getting the results I needed. But my research funding was running out. So I forged the data. Not much, just enough to justify more time. I was so close. I knew the breakthrough was right around the corner. But Arda found out. That's why I was reassigned
And my clearance revoked.
Wait, you told me you changed labs voluntarily.
8 years of research with nothing to show for it, and then for that to happen, I couldn't face you.
That doesn't mean your theory is wrong.
I still think there's something to it. There's a common thread with some of the remnant stories, like the telephone switchboard, the ones that seem to recall the past somehow. Maybe the remnants access those imprints, read them like a needle in the groove of a record.
Don't. You don't have to do that. It's in the past. I don't care about it anymore.
So yeah, Francis didn't want to work with Oppie.
But listen.
And now we know why.
This suspicion, right? If we can just get the car to the mass hallucination source, what do we find that can prove your theory? It's worth a try, isn't it?
I'm tired of trying, Tobias. I've tried all my life, and it didn't go so well.
Look, I don't have one of those fancy degrees that you and Oppie have. The closest I ever got to science was wiping down your lab benches. But I saw the incredible things that you did with your research.
Yeah, well, Arda didn't think they were incredible.
I don't care about Arda. I believe in you. Always have.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't do this with her. Oppie led the disciplinary committee that stripped my clearance and demoted me to a glorified intern. She sat there and decided how best to humiliate me.
I never asked for anything. This one time I do, so I would never have to talk to Oppie again. You didn't listen. Your remnant was more important than what I wanted.
Francis, I didn't mean...
I've had enough.
That could have gone better.
That's he'll come around. Sorry, driver. We'll see you back at the auto shop.
By the way, I changed the extraction music. The music. I wonder if it's actually... There it is. Yeah, because that's kind of awkward to sit here listening to. Yeah. It's a character moment. They're going through a thing right now. Oh, really? I really hope that light is not in water. It's in water! Yay! So that song is called Instability. It's on the OST, and it's supposed to be your extraction music. But for some reason, in the normal game, it only plays the first part of it.
That deep zone area you identified. I ran every coordinate in that area through the auto database, and what turns up? But access logs with entry records for Dr. K up through March 1963.
What? No, the doctor died in 1961. In the lab accident.
So we were told. Then, I found access logs for both that deep zone site and Red Meadow. Years and years worth of activity.
The Red Meadow Research Facility? But it was demolished the same year. After the structural damage caused by the... lied about that too, didn't they?
It appears so.
Surprising no one.
The Red Meadow ruins a visit. If Dr. K didn't die that day, I'd like to know what was keeping him so busy.
So would I, but... do we have time for this? We don't know how long the driver's got with that remnant.
And that's why we need this information. Whatever Dr. K was doing relates to all of this. It may be the key to what lies at the end of the road for the driver.
I... agree with you. God, I hate saying that.
Driver, I've marked the Red Meadow facility on your route planner. Head there whenever you're ready.
I'm on it. I just need to make sure I'm better prepared. Let's see. It's not in lights. I think I might have already researched a plasma charger. No. Okay. That's the one thing I kind of needed. It's a cattle prod for your car. What if a modified cattle prod could be used for more humane use? What if it could help motivate an exhausted car instead of a hesitant heifer? Point this at your battery and reinvigorate your life. And I could research the iron shield now. Ion shield. And I wonder if I could get the workshop. No, I need Olympium for that. Alright, we're going to make a little bit of modifications to the car real quick. Like, Auto Parker has become unreliable. Right there. So, yeet. I'll get back to that. Also, we got these lab reports and other lores that you could just find in a pneuma tube at random. I got a bunch of them. It's just lore you can read. Oh, yeah, I have some frequency file episodes too, as well. But where did I find them before? Okay. Anomaly encounters. I screwed up a page to throw it aside. That's when it first happened. Something I couldn't see, but I swear it was there and ate the paper I dropped. Later I could hear it rummaging into dumpsters. It's all those old journals that we tossed out as part of the move. They drew it out. It would eat cardboard too. What is it? It could follow you by dropping scraps as you walked. You'd never see a thing though. It was like a ghost. Weird. While this anomaly cannot be strictly described as humanoid, it has nevertheless gained the moniker Hat Man. I think I heard about this guy. I think it's a real cryptid. You know, that's kind of an oxymoron, but you know. Slew of distant sightings describe the first impression of a tall person in a hat and coat. Sightings are consistent in their description of a tall, thin shape moving at or just above ground level with a broad, low hat-like top. An almost cone-like tapering lower structure. Gives the impression of a wide-shouldered figure. No sightings since June 1964. Zone personnel began to report extremely consistent dreams of something similar entering their homes. So there's lore like that in this game. What about that lab report I picked up? Oh, they're talking about the limb technology. Imagine how much the chemical and petroleum companies would pay for this. And if Arno won't sell, then we should really wait. We shouldn't talk about it here. I don't know. I think they would spend more money... Let me out. They would spend more money to keep it quiet than they would to actually acquire it. And this is why I'm having battery problems. How did I end up with only 2 wind turbines? Where the hell did my water thing go? Well, installing jump jacks. Ever watch Speed Racer? I did as a kid. We're gonna be Speed Racer. Battery, high capacity. That also goes in the seat. And somehow my hydro generator is gone. Slap one of those guys on there. And another wind turbine. And I should be fine on electricity. Thermal vacuum. This is actually helpful for getting the swamp coral that need lights, because it makes its own light. Bio-lantern. Plasma chargers. As many as I could carry. Just in case. Backup blowtorch. And I'll see if Dumpy will give me some repair putty. I need a sorting feature. That could go in there. Actually, I think I'm just gonna scrap the vacuum cleaner. The medicine over here. Put the flares there. What do you mean my inventory's full? It only got some dumpster pearls in it. I also got the largest backpack. This is how many slots you can have on your toolbar. Got any repair putty in there? I do appreciate the spam in the place where I live. Ham and pork. Think about nutrition, wonder what's inside it, and spam. He didn't find that entertaining in the least. How am I going to rearrange this? Thermovac! That gave me a fair amount of plasma for that. Some crimson paint. As you can see, I painted it green. The color of archaeology. Change our decorations up. The Submariner... What is this? This looks like a reference to something. It looks like a reference. This guy could handle the pressure. Can he? The Dragon's Tooth Ocarina looks cool. I like that. Not changing the steering wheel. I like it. I don't think I actually listened to anything from Weird Al in years. I did see the that mockumentary he had recently. I'm taking the Golden Dumpy. And I'm going to keep the dolphin. Let's see. When I get better panels, I'll place better stickers on them. But for right now... Oh, I already put a decal on this. Squatch Busters! That's since that one polka song that combined like 20 parodies of popular songs at the time. He just recently did another one of those. Like about a month ago? I think it was about a month ago. I need sealing kits. This'll fix that door up. Fix this window. That armored panel needs to get changed out. It's cool, it's peculiar. You can't really shred it. Can I research the armored panel? No, I need to see a belching barnacle. Which we haven't. So... This got more durability than steel, so might as well. So we got plenty of battery juice now. I got 4 plasma chargers. I got the big battery. I got power generators. We should not have a crisis like I almost had that time. We got some backup repair putty. And a backup blowtorch. So that's really just for car parts, that storage now. The top part is where I'm going to keep all my junk. It's a good thing I was mapping out this zone, because now we got to go all the way up here. There's no quick way there, unless I go through here. Then that's only 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps instead of like 4 jumps. It doesn't matter. Who knows? Maybe we'll find Sasquatch along the way. I should fix that tire. Before it becomes a problem. Thank goodness my turbines haven't become unreliable. That could happen. Oh. Another thing before I regret it. Quirks. Fine. It's fine. Now we can leave. I don't want any regrets. I want this to be a regret-free trip. Now we have 100 battery in the tank. And you got jump jacks. Let's do this. Anytime we want. Okay, this is heavy fog. Actually, we could see a Sasquatch. I mean, I'm just going to be driving through the zone, maybe picking up some energy on the way through. But we might see a Sasquatch. Keep your eyes peeled. It's daytime and it's foggy. And I'm just going to be taking a straight shot. You never could know. You could have a car pop out of nowhere on you. He'd be really obvious. All the videos I've seen of him, he is very obvious. He's just not like a tiny thing. It's like a big shadow that appears right in front of you, and he could just disappear into the multiverse a little bit while later. He could just go into the ground. He goes into the back rooms. Just why I'm plowing right through his home. I mean, stream luck could be on my side here. I just heard something weird. It might have been just one of those glowing orb things, though. Glowing boulder. Oh, right! I don't have an auto parker anymore. I gotta get used to that. You never realize just how useful an auto parker can be until you don't have it anymore. Well, at least I can jump over stuff now. Auto parker is too busy taking pictures of Spider-Man. -2! I give you -2! Choo 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 choo. It's like a freeze ray. You gotta make the noise, or otherwise it's not going to work. You gotta yell freeze ray when you use the freeze ray. I kinda like the blue paint. You heard that, right? I'm not going crazy. I heard a metal noise. Sadly, no Squatch. Granted, I would have spent a lot more time in the zone if I was looking for a Sasquatch. I'd just be looting until the timer told me to leave. Maybe we'll find some belching barnacles. Can't hear Jack All Captain. My window fan's turned up to max because it's 80 degrees in here. Really? It's 70 here. It is nice and brisk. Okay, no second chances. I'm not all that worried about that. I have not once died in this game. And I don't plan on starting now. Like I said, the abductors are here too in the second zone. Actually, this is the fire-based zone. Which means there is new bunnies! There is new bunnies! Off. Did we see these bunnies before? I don't think we did. Where'd they go? Stop playing with the bunny. Let it go. Leave it alone. It's a burp bunny. It's an acid-based bunny. Could have sworn I've seen them before. Because they bleed chemicals. Sometimes. I don't know where the rest of them went. Alright, this is for all my junk now. What did I get out of the car for? Oh, right. This. Twisted Ember. And you can vacuum tree candy from it. I think I have listing on tree candy. It's cold but juicy, says Oppie's notes. That's a description that's both profoundly uncomfortable and yet utterly impossible to unhear. Juicy coal. I don't even want to imagine. I refuse to imagine. I can grab some energy here, but I am full up on unstable research. To be completely honest, I still got like 20 points of energy left. I'm just grabbing it for the teleport juice, because I'm low. I haven't seen any videos that show Sasquatch out this way. Even though it is heavy fog, it seems that way anyway. I just ran smack dab into another resource. Even though it did not have the resource in it. That's a lot of carbon at the end of the day. Give the tree a good suck. And get some tree candy. I forget what mainly you need it for. But I usually pick it up if I come across it. Just in case I need it. And this is a sap compressor, but it didn't compress any sap. That's where you get thermosap crystals. No. No. Stay. Bad. I think there's 2 energy. Yeah, there's 2 energy here. Where we're going should have a lot of thermosap anyway. So I'm not going to actively hunt it here. What is that? Oh, it's a mushroom. I was like, why is there a pineapple attached to my car? Here's another one. I hate these things. Moldy balloons. I'm sick of it, man. I'm so done with this place. It's a giant bouncing bubble of acid that shoots rotten eggs everywhere. That's what these are called. Rotten eggs are usually spawned by other acid anomalies that make them. Sometimes a bunny will throw it at you, it's sometimes a moldy balloon, belching barnacles. Sometimes they'll rain from the sky during a weather event. They're everywhere in this zone. Hello, Delta. I have my electric car now. I almost had a mishap during the Visions encounter. But everything's fine now. My morals are intact. I have an electric car. Half of these anomalies could be safely disabled from a distance if anyone knew how to make a gun. That's kind of the point of this, is you do not have a gun where you can just shoot things. You gotta deal with it. You don't have gun technology. What does this look like? Black Mesa? Or a bow? What does this look like? Iroquois Pliskin? Yay, it started to rain. Yay! Can I jump myself out of this? No. How? How? That's what Iroquois Pliskin says. That's a plasma charger. It's got about 200 juice each. Modern problems require ancient solutions. Oh yeah, what's the ancient solution for my car flipping over? Huh? Looks like there's more sap this way. I still say very late in the game, they should just give you an ability to teleport to one of your discovered locations instead of making you take a drive through zones. But then, that kind of invalidates the fact that this is supposed to be a road trip type of game. Acid devours fuel. Guess what I don't use, loser? I am being morally responsible. You can't drain my fuel. I just laugh at you. There is some. That's thermosap. You hit it with a hammer. And you get rubies. If you're using gas engines, you're going to need a lot of these. If you want armored parts, you need a lot of these. And you could get a lot of them in a pretty short amount of time. Just as long as you're in the hot version of Zone 2. Let's not get flipped over again. Choom, 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 choom. I should use these jump jets more often. How much energy do they use? Like 0.8% or so. 0.8. Can I trust you to not... No, you're doing it. You're doing exactly what I was trusting you not to do. I don't like that moldy balloon being so close. I don't like that moldy balloon being so close. I just don't like moldy balloons in general. Period. He could be like 50 feet away and you'll think, oh, it's just fine, it's 50 feet away. Then you turn around, it's directly on top of your car and destroying all of your parts. Do not trust. Here's more thermosat. Like I said, it's pretty plentiful out here. You just need to get out here and survive all the acid. Leaving. tend to go to a facility. Or it gets less silly. It's not a facility. Silly-ty. It's not a facsimile. We're going in there. Also, in here is a lot of resources. Yay, it's raining!
Oh, jeez. You know, I remember red metal like it was yesterday. You up to your eyeballs in paperwork. Francis coated in chalk dust from the blackboards.
You mistaking my lab notes for a trash pile and throwing away weeks of work.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see it again.
They bulldozed that facility to the ground. There's nothing left to reminisce about.
Oh. Well, that's kind of a buzzkill, Oppie. I wonder what they did with all those government secrets. So we're heading into Oppie's husband's workplace. What's left of it, anyway.
All this.
From the very second I heard your voice coming through my speakers.
I mean, everything that happened, handing over Lynn, the way the project ended, it cost you Alan, you know, your career, the entire damn Olympic Peninsula. But you're still here.
So are you. You chose your urban legends over everything else.
You wonder if I regret it.
Oh, I have no interest in regret. I want to know if you ever felt that leaving was a real option.
After everything I've seen and heard and felt here, no, not a chance.
Then we have that in common.
Keep on forgetting about that Parker. This is a good place to come back to and just grab thermosap. Tree candy. There is a lot of science buildings in here. It's a good place to find unstable energy. There might be some belching barnacles in here.
How's Francis?
He hasn't left the bedroom.
I'm sorry you didn't know about his demotion. It wasn't my secret to tell.
It's fine. This is between him and me.
Hopefully these guys can work that all out.
So,
I like him.
What did Alan tell you about his work? He was second in command of Dr. K's lab, after all.
Alan didn't discuss his work with me, nor did I share mine with him.
Wait, you were head of the whole stinking department. You must have known something about what their lab was doing.
If there was anything useful to be found, I'd have sussed it out already. But that's all I did after the accident. Try and fail to find any answers.
This looks familiar.
Dr. K's access records were coded to the lab that used to be here.
I'm feeling less optimistic by the second. Not to scour this place clean.
Something's here. We just can't see it.
Oh, following a hunch. Not your usual MO, Oppie.
No, but being suspicious of Arda is.
I found a convenient card-sized hole.
Whoa, driver, hang on. Where are you going? That should have been the end of the facility.
According to the blueprints, anyway.
So it's secret. Hi, Half-Life. How you doing? Pity about that third sequel.
Protocol activated. Scan artist security credentials immediately.
Maybe I shouldn't leave the lights on, because it's not raining in here.
Well.
After all these years, and Anna still has something to hide. We're definitely onto something now.
Driver, anything you find down there, scan and transmit it back to us. We'll work on disengaging the security protocol.
I found something. You can't really look at these. They're just
Okay.
highly
There's
classified.
something. This thing in the deep zone, they called it the Well.
Oh, fantastic. Tobias, run those reports through the decryptor and see what you can find.
So we gotta go around and find this information. There's a few in that way. They're pretty obvious from a distance. But there's also a bunch over here. Like, here.
Oh, you'll like this, Tobias. Your remnant origin story, if you will.
Let me guess. You're about to ruin a good urban legend with a bunch of science.
Ah.
Fine, I'll read this one myself. Nice work, Driver. We'll review these and summarize our findings after.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good urban legend. Then it's just urban. And nobody wants that. So, I'm out of hammers. I forgot to bring more hammers with me. But trust me, I'm going to come back here when I need plasma. Because all of this regenerates. All the spark towers down there. This place is a smorgasbord of plasma. It's amazing how they built this to be the size of a car. To drive around in.
Complete gibberish.
What about these diagrams, though? It looks like he was trying to convey something.
You can admire the Doctor's newfound art skills all you want. You won't find anything useful in them.
So he likes drawing. Who doesn't? I wish I could draw. I'm pretty bad at it. I know there's more stations out here on this rim. On the outer rim, you would say. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Because all of this would be conveniently lit, wouldn't it? Kind of like the yellow paint of this game. Man, all that plasma would be so useful. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing else out this way. I think we find 3 out and 3 in. I might have ran the cycle by now. Oh, close to it. I'm getting close to the car now. Alright, yeah, we should head inside. Wait, did I get that? I did get that. I saw a closer terminal somewhere off in this direction.
This is a decrypted record of the accident. RP, are you sure you want to hear this? It's got details about Ellen's final moments.
It's been over 30 years. I'm past ready. Go on, Driver. Keep snooping and see what else you can find.
Something tells me that thing exploded and killed lots of people.
Alan's lab notes. Maybe my late husband sent us something useful from the grave after all.
And you're all clear.
Give us a moment and we'll let you know what we found in all this data. You can make your way back to the auto shop after you're done scouring the place. And Driver?
I wish I could.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm just the Unga Bunga with the car. I don't understand any of this stuff. I'm basically Tobias, but a little bit more sane. For right now. The car is driving me crazy. In more ways than one. What? No, I wasn't saying anything bad about you. Let's get out of here. We're leaving. Out of all the tunnels in this place, this is the only one that gets open. Oh, this looks lovely. Something tells me we gotta head into the deep zone next. Or find a way to. And when using an electric car, you are very thankful of rainstorms. Okay, where are we leaving? Hopefully I grabbed enough energy to leave. Yeah, I did. And this is a scorch zone, so maybe I can find some thermoset before we leave.
Driver, you hit the jackpot. We've got a lead on what you're heading toward in the deep zone. Tobias, give us the rundown about the well.
ARDA classified it as a hotspot of ultra-high energy gamma radiation. Its eruptions were spontaneous, and ultimately ARDA made no conclusion about what caused it, when it would blow, or how destructive it would be. ARDA, of course, wanted to control this bottomless well of energy. So they brought in Dr. K and Alan to research activation and
Containment. They discovered a way to reliably trigger the well, and that was the remnants.
And that's what the remnants have been leading people towards. The well.
The rocks are breathing. They're breathing feet? They're Tarantino?
This second report's a good one. Ready to hear where the remnants came from? The original remnants were created in Dr. K's lab. They aimed to create a trigger for activating the well by infusing objects with a carefully calibrated limb wave. The ones that shared a resonant frequency would...
Yeah, just get to the good stuff.
You know, you'd be a much better ghost hunter if it weren't for that unfortunate attention span. Reading this makes it obvious how the remnants ended up in the wild.
Wait, what? How?
The gamma ray surge that caused the mass hallucination event. That energy irradiated everything within a 10-mile radius. Objects with the right characteristics absorbed that energy and became the remnants people found out in the zone.
Wow. Francis would get a kick out of that one. I'll tell him later.
So this is a belching barnacle. Oh wait, no. This is his cousin. The sick Mickey.
I've reviewed Dr. K's lab notes. And now we know what he was doing in that lab after the accident. Spinning in circles for years.
His injuries were real. Dr. K's radiation exposure should have been fatal.
And the minute he could stand on his feet again, Arda shuttled him right back to his lab and bid the monkey to dance.
Typical.
They allowed him to carry on in the hopes that he would reproduce anything useful. He worked for 2 whole years before they quietly retired him from his post.
Sorry we scrambled your brain. Here's your pension. Bye.
Typical corporation. So sick Mickeys do that a lot. They're just sick all over the place.
You got that accident record ready, Tobias? It's time.
Okay then. September 14, 1961. ARDA's finalized report on what happened that night. Dr. K and Alan were testing the activation potential of lab-created remnants.
That night was a run-of-the-mill remnant test. Nothing out of the ordinary. The remnant in question was a tungsten cube. At
Oh, right, I don't have a
3:23
hammer.
a.m., the cube was brought towards the well, and the well reacted at nominal levels. However, at the
500-meter distance, the cube was sucked into the well and triggered the gamma ray surge. The energy output continued ramping up, and at 15 seconds, showed no signs of stopping. Then, Alan...
Go on. I can handle it.
Dr. K testified that Alan,
Engaged the suppression protocol, then the kill switch.
both of which failed.
Dr. K ordered Alan to get to safety, but Alan insisted on staying at the controls. Only when he flipped the radiation polarity did the energy output plateau, and then collapse back into itself. Alan's gamma radiation exposure was fatal due to his proximity to the well. If it weren't for him, the entire zone might have gone under.
That's who Alan was. Loyal until the very end.
I'm sorry, Oppie.
I'd expect nothing less from him.
So I found another anomalies encounter. I worked in the zone for 8 years, and I've seen the bunnies, I've seen the crawlers, I've seen those things that explode. This is far worse. A dark, bristling caterpillar, the kind you see inching along the sidewalk. Except this one was climbing the first wall, the old one from the 50s. It was easily half the height. Could have been 100 yards long and climbed that wall as casually as over a curb. Is something trying to get out of the zone? That's concerning. That is concerning. Okay, we can head here and teleport out of here. As you can see, as I come in and prepared, that battery hasn't even gone below half this whole time. Is there a dumpy? I think there's a dumpy. Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? Shit. It's like you got the nerves or something. Give me the good bobblehead. I got the castle. Well, time to teleport out of here and see what the plan is now. Since we found out what happened to the scientists, they were wearing ridiculous ties and they exploded. I'll go this one. I like that this one I could just chill out with the game and let the voice actors do their thing because they do a very good job. You know what? Maybe we'll hang out for a little bit. See what happens when the red gets a little bit closer to the pillar. Since we're pretty good on durability and whatnot. Because sometimes there's things that happen when the red starts taking over the zone. You definitely don't want to be outside. Oh, it's yellow, though. You start taking rads. Funky! I wonder if it's going to happen. It's usually random. It is very random. We saw it happen once before, but I didn't bother to go to it. I don't have any confidence it's actually going to happen. Is that a new one? Did it just spawn another... That just spawned another energy. right in front of us. Yeah, it's unstable though. I don't really want it. Here comes the red. You get an achievement if you leave after the red appears, but that starts doing damage to your car. And a lot of it. It's basically supposed to be the failure state.
Now we go into the deep zone. Easy peasy.
Except for the issue of the old wall.
Right, yeah. That. You got some genius idea up your sleeve, huh?
Is that how you think it works? That scientists conjure up genius at will?
Well, yeah. Do you?
Ah, well, in this case I do. But don't expect it to work like that every time. Driver, the quarantine checkpoints will be the best way through the old wall, but they're death traps in their own right. But I designed something to help. Check out the blueprints I sent over.
I'm seeing if I could diagnose this one on my own. Because it said something happens with the shifter. I think I see it, actually. It's harmless, but I need to diagnose it anyway. Just in case. Shifts to drive, I think. Or is it shift to park? Dashboard flickers. Okay, it's not park. It's in park. No. It's one of these. Toggles? Yep. There we go. Diagnosed. I just don't like having a surprise quirk get dropped on me while I'm trying to drive. You hear what they said about they found on the moon? No, they want to hear about it. Peck, they found me! Rip. Okay. Limb shield.
The old anomalies took up residence in the crossing points. It's not enough to have a shield. The shield itself needs to be shielded.
The energy drain on that shield is massive. It won't last you more than 5 seconds.
Yes, and?
You'll need to recharge on the go, but the Deep Zone's grid is completely dark.
You know, what if we could reroute our power into the deep zone? But we'd need to jumpstart the network somehow.
That car is basically the world's most overpowered electromagnet on wheels. The driver induces a current, then you open the electrical floodgates.
They'd have to induce the current the entire way through the old wall while making the crossing and maintaining speed.
I don't know what to tell you. If you don't believe the driver and that car's got what it takes by now, then go back to hunting ghosts. We've got a job to do here.
This could work. Are you in, Francis?
I don't know.
Look, we have a real chance of losing everything at the old wall. I'd like to not fail this far along.
How can we know this will work?
We don't. That's how science works. We form a theory, and we test it, and we fail, and fail, and fail, and only sometimes do we succeed.
Come on, Francis. Please?
Fine. I'll do it.
All right. The team is assembled.
Nice work on that limb shield, driver. We'll have the power grid prepped by the time you reach the old wall.
So that's the upgrade of the limb pulse emitter, is the limb shield. It's legitimately a shield. You know what, I should armor up these parts. I don't think I'm going to be making the Kessel run this time, though. I think I'm going to leave that for autumn. Because after we get to the deep zone, there's like maybe 2 more events that happen before the end of the game. And all of that we could probably do... Actually, I might go a little bit extra long and do this event and leave those 2 events for next time. Because I would like to be able to get into this zone and loot some level 3 stuff. Now that I think about it. So we are going to make the Kessel Run. Once I get some properly armored parts, though. So, doors. What about anti-corrosion doors, even though I don't really need those? We never found the belching barnacle. We can't do panels. We found the bubblegum buddy, which blissfully have not appeared in this stream at all, thank goodness. Olympium door. I need a devil grinder. And acid through your door is more likely than you think. Slow that acid down with a network of reactive sprinklers primed to release a fine alkaline solution. Drive with confidence of someone who knows they aren't about to dissolve. Even though I'm not going to be worried about acid in the third zone, it's mostly impact and explosion damage. Forward them. Sorry, Sasquatch door, you gotta go. This one has become fragile anyway. I wonder if I have enough green paint to paint these fellas. We're going to be armored to the teeth. Shit, you'll share the monocular with me. The monocular. Oh, I know the perfect decal to use. Bristle painted green. Actually, isn't the Mystery Mobile and Scooby-Doo also green? I don't really remember. Can anybody confirm on that? Partially, yeah. Oh, this is the weird wagon. It's got highlights and patterns. I'll leave that there. It's not so great with an insulated panel, but still. You got the weird wagon. I should see if I could research a new headlight. Reinforced. I need a tour bus. These are good. Bio lights. Oh good, I think I just picked up more green paint. So, new headlights too. 2 of them. I picked up this insulated headlight from somewhere. I think it was an ARDA investigator had it. So, goodbye. Bio lights. They're the brightest light you can get in the game. And they use up just as much electricity as the other lights. And I mean, look at them. They got a crystal. No, can't store it there. Got all this junk. I can't put that in there. It's not paint. Make sure I got good healing. I got good healing. Is there like a spent flashlight in here? No, this flashlight's almost spent. I intend on using the lantern more anyway. Man, that's bright! That's a bio-lantern. And they last for a good long time, too. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get through this game just on this one lantern. Anything more from me? I'm heading into a dangerous area. Give me some healing. I intended on turning it off. So yeah, we're gonna do the big run into the deep zone and unlock that. So in autumn, we go into the deep zone and we close out this story. It's not too far away. It's only a couple jumps. Really? You're gonna do this to me? How about this one? I got no charges. Damn it. That's battery sapping too. That's bad. I'd rather go to a turncoat zone instead of battery sapping. So yeah, I'm gonna take the highway. Oh, I just saw the state of that bumper. How did I miss that? Anything else? I don't want any problems. I'm going into overtime a little bit. No unhappy problems. Sometimes problems are a good thing. They add content. I still have no idea what this fellow is from. Oh, right. We have a limb shield now. Shields up! We are like star fights. Star Voyage. Who knows? You could still see a Sasquatch. We could still Bigfoot at any time. Special channels? There we go.
I was here from the rat of it struggling before she saw it. It screamed loud and painfully. They entered the forest. Passing through the thick brush that filled the dark depths between trees. And then a small clearing, I saw the gray-furred creature trapped beneath several dead branches. Opening them and reached forward through the sticks, intending to free the rabbit. As she grabbed its soft flank, she felt movement within. The rabbit was filled with a writhing long.
What is this channel?
A little cold memory, but the creature was stuck firmly against the ground. Its brain drilling into her head. She pulled harder. With a clang sound, like the dark separated, began a clean feet. I could feel what appeared to be translucent vines crawling on the earth where the rabbit was trapped. A few were milky white, but several were bright red, spilling crimson drops from their tips. Several more strands were dangling from underneath the now silent breathing down. The crew hovered on the stem,
Okay, that was creepy as heck. Also, I had a transmission that came through, but I was too fixated on what the hell was going on there. Look, we're gonna have to see that one separate. We're gonna have to see these separately in the next zone. Luckily, these stay as recordings and aren't just dialogues that I could miss. But holy moly, what the Halloween was that? One time it was especially creepy because I had the turncoat condition and my car turned on and that was on the radio while it was rebelling against me. It was very weird. Okay, what were those? Got the reports. Involved.
Oppie, I gotta ask. Were you around when the old wall was nearly breached?
You want to know if I was involved?
I mean, sure. No one knew more about where anomalies
Sometimes the trees get hungry. It's perfectly normal.
Heck, I mean...
Yeah.
You know, the only
and sometimes it grabs a banoonie.
about anomalies was because of the research branch that you four started to build.
Yes. And we developed ways to prevent anomalies, not create them.
You can't prevent something if you don't know where it's created in the first place.
So you did pick up a thing or two around us scientists.
So that was the first one. Go ahead, try and do it. Do it. You fool!
All I know is, Arda didn't give two craps about anomaly prevention. You fought uphill the entire way.
Never thought I'd see the day where you'd sugarcoat anything coming out of your mouth. The Harmonic Disruption Research Lab was an abject failure. No, I wasn't involved, but I stood by and let it happen. By that point, the LIM project was in a bad way. Either it found a breakthrough and justified the government resources it was sucking up, or the entire project was put down. Everything depended on this technological quantum leap that evaded us for decades. In response, all good sense went straight out the window. For every wonder pulled out of thin air, LIM technology conjured increasingly greater horrors. But it was done in the name of progress. We were powerless to stop it. The Harmonic Disruption Research Branch was all I could do to soften the atrocities Arda unleashed in the name of progress. I tried to clean up my mess, but I failed.
So it was kind of like a warlock pact. They got this wonderful power, but they also had to suffer some kind of terrible curse. What would you do in that situation? You, the VOD viewers, and or Rain. You had this wonderful stuff that you could just, like, you could conjure free things out of thin air. Basically. That's basically what LimTech was. But you also spawned a bunny in your living room. And not the cool kind of bunny, not the fun kind of bunny. The spiky bunny, made of electricity and or acid. Would you do it? I'll be completely honest with you, I would probably still do it. And then I would figure out how to get the bunny out of my living room before it melts everything. So I guess I'm like Oppie then. Yay, turncoat zone. Let's not spend too much time in here. We saw what happens last time when turncoat activates. And this one also has eerie darkness on the table.
To anyone who can hear this, please keep an eye out for my cat here. An orange tabby, hefty build with a magazine. He's been missing for a week. Really worried about him. He disappeared like this before. Never this long, and... Wait, hang on. Cheater? Cheater, you're back! Oh, alright, never mind, everyone. Peter came home. You gotta stop scaring me like that, buddy. Mom, let's get you dry.
Well, that was quickly resolved. Rain says I probably would too, and one of the first things I summon would be a countermeasure to the downside. If it turns into an escalation where if the power sorts itself, then yeah, I'd stop then. So no arms races. I'm gonna go back into that strip. I want to grab at least a little bit of energy, just to make sure. Who put this here? Also, I just noticed my tire has a flat. I think I got a sealing kit in here. Oh, that's not a flat. Shit is definitely the weird wagon, I tell you what. To say, was there a gas station on this track? And there was no, it wasn't. It was some kind of observation tower. So there's a reason why they gave us the limb shield. On top of being a limb pulse emitter that stops bunnies and stuff from grabbing your car, it also increases your damage resistance against impacts and explosions and pretty much everything. Oh hey, Belching Barnacle! It's like a sick Mickey, except it spews more often. It's basically a mountain that just shoots acid. Ain't that fun? How are you gonna shoot that with a gun? Something exploded right on me and I have no idea what... Bubblegum buddy! They grab you and they don't let go until a little while. Leaving now. I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave the coal way. I hope you're... Oh, I can't leave the coal way. I mean, I could still make it work. No, it ain't gonna work. The boulder ain't there. Who put this water here? I wonder if we're gonna find any more stray signals out there as we enter this final section and get our introduction to Zone 3. Learn to let go. Nice message. By the way, yes, this is on the solid state drive. I'm not quite sure why some loading takes longer than others. Zone 3, the
You're not
smokestacks.
the first to try crossing the old wall since the anomalies moved in. But we'll make sure you're the first to survive. 2 things to keep in mind. First, to get through the old wall, there are 5 crossing points. You need to induce the electrical grid the entire way by driving the car close enough and fast enough along the conductors. You'll see them as you go. Once you jumpstart the grid, Tobias will route the mid-zone power your way, but no induction, no power, no crossing. Second, watch your battery gauge. You will live or die by that thing. Got it? Good. Start by connecting the power grid at the first crossing point. The controls will be up in the observation tower.
Elden Ring, anybody? This is a tour bus. We've lost Dr. Powell now, too. This one's even more dangerous than the others. It's like an evolution. So that is a super tourist. That's a super tourist. And I do that. Let me heal up, because I want to do something. Yatta! I was close. Yatta! I'm trying to kick it. Kick! I can't seem to kick it. Oh! Well, that's why I healed first. And a devil grinder. Fun! Imagine a dust devil, yeah? You know those? Imagine a dust devil turned up to the max. I said the max! This is just a zone of... it's just a zone of concussion. Lenny, you're not listening! Lenny, are you kissing? What's going on in that one? Yay, welcome to Zone 3. It's less menacing than Zone 2, I'll be completely honest with you. It doesn't have acid, for one thing. A lot of this stuff is impact and explosion damage, which is easy to mitigate with armored parts. Armored makes your car slower, but it's the price you gotta pay for protection. Of course, there's going to be lots of radiation here, too. And these things. Did you just... Free energy! Thanks! These are beach balls. And sometimes they got red balloons. And if you collect all the red balloons, they spit out a random thing. As you can see, it can range from steel all the way up to free energy. So yeah, that can happen. Anomalies. Is this considered an anomaly? Spark Tower. I think it might be just considered a resource. Oh yeah, you guys... I don't think you guys have seen a seismic squall, but... Imagine a whole bunch of bollards that never go away. So... Oh, we're right here, actually. This is where we get things started. We have to flip the switch. explosives to pressurized, I think. Not that great.
There are old shuttle stops at each crossing point. Use them to recharge your battery and hope they're still in working condition after all these years.
So remember that thing I did before? Where I was doing the run down the runway and all that yellow energy? We're going to do a bigger version of it now. It's basically Pacific Drive's version of a puzzle. And you need shields because there's devil grinders. Otherwise, they are going to mess your car up. With the shield, it's most certainly not as bad. How nice that they put a gas tanker in the middle of this run. If you fail, you have to go back to the last checkpoint that you activated, and you have to get yellow energy again to trigger these things. As you can see, I have not taken too much damage so far.
How's the power routing?
Well, the neighbors are complaining about the flickering lights, but I told them to light some candles and sit tight.
Francis?
Levels are good, holding steady. Circuit complete. Keep it up, driver.
And that brought my energy back up too, and it's going to keep it up as long as I'm at that gate. So I could jump out and loot a little bit. Can't help it, I'm a pack rat. Let's keep going. It gives you a chance to recharge your car and refill the health and all that too. Here we go again.
Getting some interference, Tobias. The power supply is wavering.
I'm working on it. Our local battery farm's putting up a fuss. She hasn't been taxed like this in a while, but I'm easing her into it, don't worry.
Come on, keep together. You hear me, shit? Keep together. Don't get any flats now. It'll be terrible.
Are reporting total power drain. They're spent.
How long to recharge?
Could take up to a day.
No, I got this.
Wow, that's a lot of plasma. Too bad I can't stop for it. And battery's full.
Oh, shit.
Total power loss on stations 9 through 15.
I'm on it. Oh, shit.
Get that power back up. The gate at the final crossing point won't open without it.
I'm rerouting power for battery farm 6.
Easy. Too much and you'll blow out your control center.
Too little and the entire array's going down. We have no choice.
I would love to see what those guys' setup look like if they have that many battery farms. What does that even look like? We're going 50 miles an hour, not fast enough. It's because of all the armor I have on my car.
Battery farm 6 core's overloaded. It's shutting down.
We can't lose the remnant. I won't let it go.
Get back inside. The radiation's peaking.
I've got to repair it. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let this plan fail. We're too close. Your theory, we can still prove it.
Tom, it's too dangerous out there.
Tobias, don't do anything stupid.
Come back.
Who are we kidding? He's gonna do something stupid, isn't he?
Please, please come back.
I'm at the battery farm. Them fuse boxes liquefied, but I can bypass it.
Francis, I need you back at the control board.
Not now, Poppy.
The minute Tobias reroutes that line, you need to push the connection. Miss it by a split second and we lose the entire power grid.
Almost.
Ready? Please don't do this!
Francis, it's now or never.
I'm rerouting the grid now. I'll be ready for you.
He'll be fine, I'm sure. No one dies of Pacific Drive, they just get big owies. I should know. I got exploded. All I have to do is eat some Spam. Good thing that got out of my way. I would have to go right through a tour bus. And that's kind of frowned upon in society. Speaking of which, thanks, Shield.
Give us a signal to
Did I fail the driving test? I had a pedestrian.
Stay with us.
Got you on me. Francis. Well, what do you know? One time, I ran myself out of things to say. RP, take care of him for me.
Tobias!
Francis, I love you forever.
No, don't do it. I think he did it.
Back online. Francis, now!
Tobias, answer. Tobias, answer me.
Don't do it! You can't go out there! Driver, the power's holding steady. You can open that final gate.
This is for Tobias. Hopefully this opens the door. What did that do? As an anticlimax, for some reason I didn't have the charge anymore. Oh, I gotta open it. Hang tight. Well. Has to be my favorite character, too. The nerve! Whenever I hear these lights, these sirens, I think about Thriller. No, Bad. Michael Jackson's Bad. The beginning part of it. We're in, but at what cost? Okay, once again, time to play Where the Heck Am I? Except in some kind of hell.
The entire area got scrambled in instability. I'm afraid, Tobias.
I told you. I told you, didn't I? We weren't ready. We should have planned it better. We should have known.
We did the best we could.
No. Do not give me that. If we had, he'd be here with us.
I'm sorry, but we've got to help the driver.
Don't you dare. What? Wait, is this how you dealt with Alan's death? You put your head down and let work fill the gaps?
Actually, that's precisely what I did. And you'll recall the breakthrough in self-healing materials that I made that year.
Oh, well, good for you.
It's in canned form.
Sure, Alan would have been very proud of you using his death that way.
You know what? That whole pep talk I gave you before to convince you to go through with it. That's precisely the same crap Alan would tell me all the time. It's worth the sacrifice. Stay late, don't worry about me. Finish your work, then we can start a family. Always he'd spew that crap.
So why'd you say it to me?
Because he has to have been right. Because if I let myself think he was wrong, then I can't live with that regret. I gave everything for them. This is the last thing I'm holding on to for myself. Every single day I still think about how if I had left the zone when we had planned to, I wouldn't have lost Alan. I thought, I hoped that Lynn Tech was done killing her all. I'm sorry about Tobias.
Tobias was all I had. I need to sign off for a while.
We'll be here when you're ready.
Glad you got through, driver. Power on that stabilizer, and I'll see you back at the garage.
Well, that could have turned out better. But we're in Zone 3 now. And there's new resources again. Like these magnets. Oh, you had to be a frame. Really? I need to find a source of steel somewhere. Because these magnets are how we get magnets. I wonder if I could destroy barrels for steel. No, I don't think that's going to work. Oh, that's new. A mural kit. Actually, you know what? The back door does not have anything on it. I might put the mural there. Those murals that we just found. Okay, it looks better in the daytime. Just like those paintings. Oh, you know what? This has steel. Just tear this thing apart real quick. I need to start bringing caches of steel with me. I don't need many magnets, but all of them are useful. Carbon fiberglass, too. If you put steel on a magnet, you'll get magnets. It's just like one of those exchanger things. Can you, like, get into... Oh, you can't get in my inventory. There. The lantern is big. What can I say? 20 and 16. Literally magnets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I got about 9 of them. 10 of them. For 36 metal. Well, 35 metal. So it's like, what? 3 or 4 apiece? Okay, we gotta stabilize this zone just like we did with all the others. I don't think it's going to make Olympium veins just yet. You could find Olympium out here too. Obviously, because we're at Mount Olympus. That's why it's called the Olympus Exclusion Zone. And yes, it's the America Olympus, it's not the Greek Olympus. Another anomaly encounters. I'm nervous saying this because people will say it's whales or dolphins or something, but it isn't like that. This thing is like kind of a submarine. Sleek, thin, dull light blue color that blends into the water. That's a dolphin. It's metallic, but it bends like a worm. It used to stalk us out there, bumping the hull over and over. One night, I saw it turn west. Just under the water, barely disturbing the surface, and it shot away fast as a torpedo. It's out there somewhere, at sea. I was right. Pacific Drive 2, Pacific Boat. Leaving. The anomaly studies are one of my favorite lores in this game. All the little urban rumors that are coming up, and even in this universe, where urban rumors are true. Victory. Well, Pyrrhic victory. 'Cause Tobias. At least you got corrupted energy now.
Welcome back.
That's all you gotta say after all that?
Now we know where the well is. But you're the first to step foot in the deep zone in over 15 years. And I need more time to understand Alan's suppression method. So why don't you stretch your legs and chart the deep zone while you're at it? We'll need to map a way to the well as it is.
And it starts playing a new song. It's called The Driver. Hey, anybody know Morse code? Because I don't. Have fun. I need Olympium for this, which is in the third zone. A nitro boost would kind of come in handy. I like how melancholy this song is. I need a limb chip for that. Oh, I only need to research it. Hold on. So I'm going to have to collect corrupted energy. I'm going to have to find out how to get some Olympium together because I do want this. This will help a battery. And this will help with Olympium. Magnet hammer. It runs on magnets. This is going to be our new hammer going forward. So I don't need the old hammers. I'll get rid of them later. Thanks to everybody for sticking around. That did stick around. And next time I play this, it's going to be the first day of autumn. And we'll finish Pacific Drive for the anomalous autumn. And then I'll go into some other stray anomaly type games. There's not many that piqued my interest, but there's a couple. And I'll just be doing my thing out here in the deep zone. collecting Olympium. And that's pretty much the only resource that you really need from the third zone is Olympium. And you need magnetic hammers to get them. But I'll probably change these doors out by the time. But we got decals and all that. What's next week? Monday, Tuesday. So Monday is going to be more Resident Evil 4. Tuesday is going to be the launch of the Plucky Squire. I'm going to do the Plucky Squire the day it comes out. And depending on how that goes, some of those green stars and that Evo to Search for Eden that's on my calendar right now, that's probably going to be more Plucky Squires. And who knows what else. I got some games I picked up for free, like I mentioned last time. So, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a packed schedule coming up. Enjoy it. But for now, we got to go. Good night, folks.